Hello everyone and welcome back. In today's episode we're going to be talking about winter cycling gloves. In particular, we're going to talk about the ZeroProof gloves, the Endura FS6P Pro Nemo gloves, and the Castelli Estremo gloves. I bought these three pair of gloves out of my own necessity. As the temperatures are starting to drop here, my hands are extremely affected by it. Anyways, in order to combat that, I'm looking for the warmest possible gloves that I can wear. So I went online and I just typed in best winter cycling gloves 2017, and these are three of the gloves that were on the list that I found. So I just went ahead and bought a pair of each. I took each pair of gloves on about a 2-hour mountain bike ride, and the temperature was roughly the same. It was anywhere between 29 and 35 anytime I was riding, so temperature pretty consistent with the use of all three pair of gloves. Anyways, let's just get into it. First off, I want to talk about the Endura FS6P Pro Nemo gloves. Now this pair of gloves is all neoprene, and you can see that there's not really much to them. So it's all neoprene. Now they are waterproof, and they were very warm, surprisingly. Temperatures were roughly 30 degrees, and my hands did not get cold in these gloves. And it just seems like there's nothing to them, but they were great. They're very easy to get on and off, even when your hands are hot and sweaty. Now they're form-fitting and they're pretty snug, and they have these rubber grip on the palms, and that gives excellent control of the bike. I can feel the brakes, I can feel the shifter, and there's just no movement in the glove when I'm riding with these. Now they've also got this pretty cool reflective logo here, and honestly the price is great. They were the cheapest of the three gloves. Now problems with them is that they don't work with touchscreen, so I wasn't able to swipe open my phone with these gloves on. And then also, I'm just not sure how warm they would be with anything below 30. Maybe 25 degrees would be fine, but yeah, 25 is probably pushing it with these gloves. Next up, I want to talk about the ZeroProof gloves. This pair of gloves is waterproof, and they are very easy to get on and off, even when your hands are hot and sweaty. That's something that I see as a very big priority. Also, they work with touchscreen cell phones pretty flawlessly, so that is huge. Let's see, now one problem is that, for me, is that they don't have a microfiber thumb here. It's more of a suede material, which I'm not a fan of that. Maybe that's just personal preference. I would rather wipe my nose with something softer, like on this other pair of gloves, microfiber. And another thing is that they're not as form-fitting as these other two gloves. So I felt that I didn't have as good of control of the bike with these on as I did with the Castelli and the Endura gloves. But overall, it's a pretty solid pair of gloves. Now, the description on the Giro website says that they have a removable liner. Now, I might be missing something, but they definitely don't have a removable liner. I think maybe that's something you have to buy separately, but just so you know, when you order the gloves, they don't come with a liner, unless I got shipped a pair without a liner. I will say that when I put these gloves on 2 days ago, the other day, and went out on the ride, my hands were actually cold for like the first 10 minutes or so, but then they warmed up, probably just because I started working, my body started working and producing heat. But overall, I would say these are pretty darn warm gloves. Next up, I want to talk about the Castelli Estremo glove. Now, this was my absolute favorite glove. So I had ridden with all three gloves previously, and then actually today we went out on a ride, and this was the pair that I chose to wear. Temperature today was real feel 29 degrees, so not too terribly cold. But these gloves here, they are water and wind resistant, and I'll say they're pretty darn easy to get on and off. Now the liner and the shell do get a little bit twisted in there when you're taking them on and off, so it takes a little bit of wiggling around to get your fingertips to the end of the glove, but not too terribly bad. Now they have a very sticky rubber palm, so that's great for control of the bike. Also, they're pretty form-fitting. Yeah, so they're pretty form-fitting. So when you're riding, there's not a lot of sliding around in the glove. So great for control on the bike. Well, thank you for watching, and if you found some value in this video and you would like to see more, then be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more.